Hughes, Harry Charleston Hughes, and joining us today, our guest, former Saskatchewan Rough Rider, former Montreal Alouette. Now, I don't even know what his title is, but he is now a member of the United States Air Force. What are you, Chad? Are you private? Are you corporal yet?
Nah, I am a airman. I'm an Airman First Class right now.
Mr. Airman First Class, Mr. Chad Jeter. Chad, how are you doing?
Doing pretty good. How y'all doing?
Yeah.
Look at him. He just talk. He talk different now. He just sound different.
No.
Airman Chad Jeter.
Nah.
He called me sir 3 times before we came on the air. I was like, what the fuck? I've never been called out sir that many times here. So, Chad, what's up? How you doing? You missing Canada yet?
Yeah, man, I've been missing Canada. I've been telling everybody I went through basic with, about my experience in Canada and how much I miss it and all of that stuff. One thing I don't miss is the weather, though. But I miss the people. I miss the game. I miss the fans. I miss everything. Everything else but the weather.
Yeah. Chuck, are you missing the weather yet, too, or no?
Man, I'm in Michigan, man. It's cold here too. You can't. Yeah, it ain't nothing changing from up there and back here. It's just cold weather. It's cold weather.
Yeah, it looks like. So, Chad, where are you right now? Tell me whereabouts you are.
I'm in San Angelo, Texas.
Wait.
I know Charleston's
What
lifting
am I
weights.
talking about?
I'm talking to Chad, Chuck, not you. You're in where, Chad?
Yeah, I did my first 2 months in Texas. I was in San Antonio, Texas, at Joint Base San Antonio. Now I'm in San Angelo, Texas. It's about 3 hours away from San Antonio.
Nice. So let's talk about that, because I know that Charleston was saying, yeah, you're pretty pumped to get out of basic training because there's a lot of young guys that you were there.
Man, he wasn't pumped. He told me he cried during basic training.
Who did? Chad did?
I cried once. I cried once when I talked to my mom. That was it.
Nice. So
She made me cry. She made me cry on the phone.
Man, you're pretty tight with your mom, eh?
Yeah, it's been me and my mom my whole life.
Wow.
Yep, it's been us too.
So mama's boy.
But yeah, it wasn't bad, man.
What do you mean it wasn't bad? I would talk us through it. Like, how were the up at 6 or up at 5? Are you guys doing just drills or what?
It was up at I was up every day at least before 5:45. So some days I would have to wake up at 5. Some days I would have to wake up before 5. But majority of times, like, the wake up was at 5:45. You would get up, you would brush your teeth, do all of that stuff, and then we would go downstairs for reveille. For reveille, we had to sing the Air Force song and do the Airman's Creed. Then after that, we would go upstairs and we would make our beds. We had to make our beds. We had to do the hospital corners. We had to do details. So we had to clean up the dorms, clean the bathroom, clean the latrine, clean all of that stuff. And then we would go to breakfast and then just have a busy day up until 2100, up until 9 o'clock. It was lights out. So you're forced to go to sleep at 9 o'clock no matter what.
And that was 7 days a week or what? What would you do that for? How many days a week for how long?
It was pretty much 7 days a week. Sundays, it wasn't. We didn't have any MTIs, any instructors on Sundays, so we would have to do all of that stuff ourselves. And Sundays was mainly like a study day and details day. So we did a lot of cleaning, a lot of studying, and just a lot of RLAs, so rolling shirts, rolling socks, and doing all of that kinds of stuff on Sundays. But I was mainly busy Monday through Saturday.
You roll your socks or other people's socks?
Both. You roll your socks, and somebody need help rolling socks, you help them roll their socks.
Look at Charleston's
it's clean
face.
Socks, man.
Look at Charleston's face. He's just like, what the hell? Charleston, how does that differ from your life
clean
right
socks.
Now? You do your kids' laundry right now, Charleston. You're doing that stuff. You're up early with your boy. How does that differ from your life?
Yeah, but Chad, you washing other people's drawers?
No, I wasn't part of the laundry crew, but yes, you would have to wash other people's clothes if you was part of the laundry crew.
Wow. Welcome to the U.S.
I remember when I talked to you, asked you about it. You said the one thing is just annoying.
It was just annoying, bro. Yeah, that's it. Like mentally it's not hard. Physically it's not hard. PT, if you come in in pretty good shape. PT is not going to be hard for you. The learning material is not hard. They literally tell you what to do. So the mental aspect is not hard. The annoying part as an older man going into a BMT is being treated like a kid. You literally you have to ask to do stuff at all times. You got to ask to do this. You're literally told when you can eat, what you can eat, how long you can. You only have 10 minutes to eat your food, and when it's 10 minutes up, you got to get up. It's just that's the only thing that I kind of got on my nerves is just being treated like a kid 24/7.
Charleston,
Like,
could you take that, Charleston? What about you? Can Charleston go in the Army right now? Can he join?
I mean, I feel like he could do it, but he would just have to. It'd just be hard because he's a grown man, and you have people younger than him or his same age yelling at you, telling you what to do. Like you're getting yelled at, saying, "Hey, you can't do that. Your time's up. Like you need to get up and eat. You need to get out of my face. You need to go over here. You need to go do this, go do this, do that." And I'm just sitting here like I understand. I understand it's basic military training, but it's the same thing. I'm a grown man. Like you can. There has to be like some respect in there, but I guess that's what comes with the territory.
What do you think, Chuck? Can you handle that right now?
And my thing is that I understand that, you know, they're trying to teach you some discipline and all that stuff, but at the same time, I don't know if I can do it, man. I got a little bit of pride and I got a little bit of a chip on my shoulder. And think about
Yeah,
the CFL, Jeter. You've played with me in Saskatchewan. I've already been told what to do by that I'm older than. That's my coach. I've been
yeah,
older than most of my coaches.
yeah.
So
That's
when you
how
put that
it
into
is, man.
perspective, I mean, I'm already there doing that. They're just not
Yeah,
yelling at me. If they yell at me, then it's a different ball game. I'm like, all right, I know I messed up, but let's just talk eye to eye here at the same time.
yeah. And that's really what it is, bro. You just gotta learn to deal with that 24/7 because you literally at 5:45 they're banging on the door, waking you up, telling you what to do at 5:45, all the way until 2100, all the way until 9 o'clock that night. You're getting yelled at, told what to do all day long,
And how long? How
and
long
you
was
Look
only
at him.
that?
have 3 meals a day.
He talking military time already. 2100.
It gets beat into your head, bro. The military time gets beat into your head from day one. It gets beat into your head.
And so, how long did you do that, Chad? How many? Like 2 months? What was basic training?
Yeah. So I left. I flew out November 22nd and I graduated January 13th. So I did basic military training through Thanksgiving. I did it through Christmas and New Year. So I missed 3 holidays.
And the Grey
I
Cup.
missed 3 holidays.
And you missed the Grey
And the
Cup.
Grey Cup. Yep, and I missed the Grey Cup. I missed everything.
So,
Missed
Yeah, that's what made me.
everything.
That's what made me reach out to him because I saw him post online. Who won the Grey Cup? And I'm like, boy, Willie won another green. Shout out to Willie J.
Another one.
He got another ring on his finger.
Yes, sir. He won another one.
is that
Speaking of that, bro, I was thinking today about I really don't think people understand what Zach Caleros did though. Like my man was counted out twice in the same year, went to Winnipeg, won it that year, came back and won it again after being counted out twice by two teams.
what do you think about that? How do you think this contract negotiation? I was just reading online today. How do you think his contract negotiation? He has all the leverage going into this, right? With Winnipeg, you'd think that Winnipeg's got to say, "Yeah, you let us here twice after being given up on by
Twice.
Toronto, after being given up on by the Riders." And then he goes and basically most of the CFL, except for Winnipeg, took that chance twice, back-to-back champs. What do you think?
Yeah,
Back to
came back
back.
and
That's
secured
tough.
2 Grey Cups.
Yeah. What do you think his chances of
That's
re-signing with
tough.
Winnipeg, man? He's got the leverage, right? So what do you think he's going to get?
I don't know quarterback numbers, so I don't know exactly what he'd get, but I feel like he should get something good. He should get a good paycheck for sure. I
Chuck,
think he should. I don't know, Chuck. You know more about the quarterback pay than I do.
He definitely gonna break the bank.
well, Chuck,
He
now that we're
better.
now we're talking about breaking the bank in the CFL, Chuck, you tell us something new about you. What's going on with you, and how's your contract negotiation, or any progress on where we're gonna see you play in next year?
None at all, man. I don't even know. I don't know what's going on with me. I'm still talking to a couple teams to figure out, what I want to do, where I want to go, which team I want to end up playing for next year. But when it's all said and done, hey, I got to make a decision pretty soon.
Yeah, because it's coming up. Well, I mean, we got January already. You're going to start to training camp starts in May, probably May, mid-May, late May, because the season's starting earlier
Yeah,
this year, right?
like late May.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
So,
season started late May, so yeah, I pretty much got to make a decision pretty soon. But I know where I want to go, and I know where I want
Huh?
to be. I just need them to want me to be there too.
all right. So you're going to tell us where you want to go, or what? Chad's pretty interested in that.
Chuck want to go. I'm gonna make a
Well,
guess.
Okay, let's
I
hear
think
this.
Chuck want. I think Chuck want to go back. I think he want to go back to Calgary and retire in Calgary, man.
I was just going to
That's what I
say
think.
that. I was just going to say that. Yeah. He
I
wants.
think he want to retire in that red.
He's
you never know.
yeah, all quiet now, Chuck. I think it's going to be somewhere west. I think that too. I think he gets his preferred choice will be Calgary, maybe Vancouver. You always like the weather out there, Chuck. But that's my prediction. So, Chad, let's talk about Chad. What do you miss about the CFL? I mean, that must have been a hard choice for you to be able to sit there and because you're pretty young to be able to kind of make that choice, right? You had to be able to take that crossroad, whether you're going to go keep on playing football. Did you sign with the Riders, or were you a free agent looking to do that?
No, I had my contract. I was, under contract to play this year, but I guess the way I thought things was going with COVID, like even though I was on, the PA and things were looking in the upward direction, but I just figured I didn't know which way COVID was going to go. I thought that it was going to get to the point where we could possibly have another cancellation, and I just didn't want to put myself in that situation again, and be at limbo and be having to find another job to make money and stuff. So I made a decision. It was a very tough decision, and I won't say I regret it, because I guess you're not supposed to live life with regrets, but I definitely wish I could have played this year. I definitely miss playing for sure. Playing football is a lot of fun, and playing at a professional level, a lot of people don't get to do that. So and I was blessed, I guess, with the skills and the opportunity to play. So I definitely miss playing for sure. If I could go out there right now and play, I would definitely try.
And
But
what do you miss? What do you
everything
remember?
everything works out for a reason.
Yeah, no shit, no shit. What do you remember about Saskatchewan? What are your fondest memories about Saskatchewan? I mean, look at the teammates you had: Jefferson, Jordan Reeves, Chuck.
I don't know.
I
Who
mean,
who was your D coach?
Oh yeah. I ain't talking to you, Chuck. My great memory in Saskatchewan was, man. I remember this vividly. I was, of course, rookie. My first time going up there. I actually saw Charleston in the airport. Had no idea who he was, and I saw he had on Saskatchewan sweatshirt. So I was like, "Oh, man, he must play. We must be going to the same team." Blah blah. Like I said, I had no idea who Chuck was, and then when I got there, what I'm saying, going to the D line meetings, and I was like, "Oh, that's him." I saw him in the airport. Blah blah blah, and then it just so happened that he took me under his wing, man, and we became good friends and brothers. And Chuck taught me a lot of things, and um, like I said, playing up under him, playing up under Willie, I learned a lot of special teams from Reeves. I learned a lot. I learned a lot my first 2 weeks of camp, and that really helped me out my rookie year to have a solid rookie year on special teams and a good backup on D line. I definitely had great people to learn from as a rookie.
what did you remember as being the biggest change when you're coming here? Obviously, the culture or coming to Canada. Same thing, Chuck, with you. What do you remember as kind of the biggest change when you're coming up from the U.S.? That's big. First, not only there's no language barriers, but I mean Saskatchewan's pretty simple. But what was the biggest
There's
change?
definitely a language barrier. Canadians talk funny.
Well, yeah, you always say that. That we always talk. What are some of the words I always say to you? Supper and dinner.
Yeah.
And all that he's always Charles always
Oh,
ragging on me.
I still don't
let me
know
tell you, don't
what's
you know?
Don't fuck you. We don't say that.
A. A is the one that gets me. Is A. Y'all say A after everything.
Yes, we do.
Canadians say A after everything.
Yeah. Well, what else do you remember, Chad,
But
about coming to Canada and having a different like a different scenery, or just the food, or what do you remember? The beers were stronger, probably. What was your first reaction to the people and everything here in Canada? The stadiums?
Everybody so when I was in Saskatoon, man, everybody was nice. That was the first thing that I guess picked up on. And my first time, I guess, being in like a big city in Canada, I was like, yo, it smells like weed everywhere. Like you walk outside and it's just weed everywhere. That's different from coming from the South. You coming from the South, you smell weed, you know the cops around here somewhere. That is frowned upon down here in the States. But like my first time being in the big city, I was like, yo, it smells like weed everywhere. And this is normal. And I would never forget. I would never forget a guy rode by. We were at a park. We were at a park out there in Saskatchewan, and like, they were out there smoking and stuff. And the guy rode by on the bike and was like, "Smell good, boys," and kept riding. I was so confused because I've never seen someone just ride by and saw someone smoking weed and just said, "Oh yeah, it smells good. It's just normal." But that was the biggest thing for me, was that for sure.
Chuck, what about you?
Who was smoking? You?
Nah, it wasn't me.
You can't do that. You can't do that
I
in the
don't know.
military.
I don't know who it was.
Chuck is always trying to
Wasn't
get
me.
someone in shit here. Eh? He's always just trying to be able to ask these questions.
Hey man, I already told him, man. I already told him I did it in Canada. I already had to go through a background investigation about it, so you can't get me in trouble. I already came clean. I already confessed my sins.
There you go, Chuck. What do you remember, Chuck, about Chad coming up and seeing him play for the first time and kind of taking him under your wing? What do you remember about him?
I don't know, man. You just, especially for me, man. I done been around a lot of players, and I done been around a lot of different D linemen, and usually I just try to find the guys and try to teach all the guys, what I know, and try to instill, throughout camp and all that stuff. And you just see who pick it up and who don't pick it up. And I kind of go into it like in a coach's aspect, where I try to teach guys everything that I know, and just see who can start converting it over to the game. And I just noticed, out of nowhere, that Chad was one of those guys. First of all, I thought he was always out of position. He should have been playing linebacker the whole time he was in
Man,
Saskatchewan.
tell me about it. I begged for 2 years. They wouldn't let me try it.
See,
Whatever,
look,
just
yeah,
keep
he
going.
should have played linebacker the whole time we were there. But it was one of those things where, like, if he's gonna play D line, I got to put him in position to succeed and be the best he could be. I always told him that, man, you're going to play in Saskatchewan because I ain't going to be here forever. and think about it now. If you would have stayed, you would have been all Saskatchewan guy.
I never believed him. I was like, man, you ain't going nowhere. I was like, man, you ain't going nowhere. You
Yeah, I
gonna
told him I ain't
retire
gonna be in
here.
Saskatchewan
But he did
forever.
used
I
to
was
say
like,
that.
I'm gonna put you in position. I'm gonna install everything I know to make sure that you gonna succeed here in Saskatchewan. And I ended up leaving. But it was one of those things where, like, I noticed him, and I noticed he had the skills, he had the attributes, he had the talent. It was just about having the right guidance and, putting everything into play on the field.
Nice. Okay, we got to go for a quick break, but when we come back, we're going to talk about Chad and the shirt you can see here, Be the Change. We're going to talk a little bit about NFL. We're going to talk a little bit more about the Air Force, and then that's it. We'll give it the salute, and we're done. But we'll be right back right after this with Mr. Chad Jeter.
Hi, my name is Rob Peterson. I'm the broker owner of Realty One in Regina. Real estate and life is about great people, and that's why I'm associated with Charleston Hughes and Johan Zielinski and IKS to sponsor the Better with Age podcast. Realty One was founded in Regina 11 years ago. It's an independent brokerage, it's local, and it's full of great people helping great local Regina people buy and sell properties. It's entrepreneurial based, which means you have non-narcissistic agents that have your best interest in mind, not their own. In these coronavirus times, real estate market right now in Regina and Saskatchewan is thriving because people are thinking more local. They're not thinking about traveling because we can't, and that's driving our market. When you hire a realtor, no matter who it is, no matter what company, please interview them. Please make sure they're a good personal fit for you, because that's what this is all about. It's good people connecting themselves with someone that they know has their best interest in mind. And that's what the Realty One family does, and that's what a lot of agents in Regina do. But make sure you take your time and find the best fit for you and your family.
It's that time of year when divisions are decided, champions are crowned, and legends are born. Now, it's your turn to win big. You've heard the name just about everywhere, MyBookie. They're the industry's leading online sportsbook and casino, and it's not hard to understand why. With thousands of lines to bet on all your favorite sports, NFL, NBA, and college ball. Check, check, and check. MMA and soccer, they've got all the latest odds, period. Take advantage of MyBookie's prop builder and live in-game betting, where every single run, throw, and touchdown is another chance for you to put cash in your pocket. Visit their mobile-friendly website today and get your deposit matched halfway up to $1,000. Just use the promo code when you make your first deposit. The best part is they make it simple, with a variety of ways to deposit instantly, including credit card, bank transfer, Bitcoin, and more. Whether you're at home or on the go, on your laptop or on your phone, it's not too late to make your New Year's resolution a resolution to get paid. Bet, win, and get paid at MyBookie.
All right, everybody, and we're back with my dog, Chad Jeter. You see, he got the chain on. You know, he getting money. He getting money.
Broke.
Hey, I feel
No money.
The one thing that I don't like about the military, well, it ain't that I don't like about the military, but it's that clean shaving. I had to do that for oil and gas, and I did not like that clean shaving when you got to shave all your facial hair off. All you got to leave is that molester mustache.
Yeah. So, yeah, I had to do it. I did it my first 2 weeks there, but I get really bad razor bumps up under my chin. So you can actually get something called a shaving waiver. So, like, if you have really bad, if you get really bad razor bumps or whatever, you just go to the doctor, tell them you get that, and they'll put you on, like, some cream for 2 weeks. But if it doesn't work, they give you a shaving waiver. So I have a shaving waiver right now until June. So when I get to my first base, I can go to a doctor and get it extended probably for 5 years. But they say it's common in
Bruh,
black people. So
you don't have to shave?
no. See, I got the mustache and I got a little chin hair. That's all I get. So if I would have a beard, you would see it, but that's all I get. So I don't have to shave every day like everybody else.
So how did
I just got to keep this down to 1/8 inch.
Shit. How did it feel being the old guy in basic training with all those younger guys there? Did it feel sometimes like you're out of place, or were they looking to salute you, thinking like, who the hell is this guy?
Nah, I feel, man, it was a little bit of both. Like, sometimes I was still out of place, but then sometimes, so I got put in, it's called dorm chief position. I was dorm chief for 2 weeks because, they felt like I was an older guy. Like, my MTIs gave me that title because I was an older guy. They feel like I can help these guys, but they didn't listen. And I'm not going to yell at you. I'm going to say, at this point, I think, we all took the oath of enlistment. We all should be grown men. We all should be able to listen and follow directions. So I would tell them to do something once. I would tell them to do it again. And then if they're not doing it, I wasn't yelling. So I got fired from dorm chief because I wasn't vocal like they wanted to. So I got fired from that, and I got made an element leader. So I got to the point was like, man, I'm not repeating myself. I hate repeating myself. Y'all should listen. If y'all not listening to the MCIs, I don't know what make them think y'all gonna listen to me. So, I mean, at that point, man, I'm not gonna say I washed my hands with them, but I was like, no, I'm not yelling at y'all anymore. And then my homeboy actually got hired as dorm chief, and he likes to yell, so he yelled all day, and I just let him yell. I didn't care. But it wasn't gonna be me. I wasn't gonna yell all day.
That boy Jeter too cool to be raising his voice like that.
Yeah, I ain't yelling, dog. I ain't yelling. Not yelling.
That's smart. Why waste your energy? Fuck, if they know why they're signed up there, why go through that and do that? It sucks you might have got demoted, but
exactly.
Yeah. So let's talk.
Yeah. It was all good because I understood why.
Yeah.
I didn't argue it or nothing.
Yeah. Let's talk about. I'm wearing this shirt for a reason. One of the things that you did when you were here is you were probably like Charleston. I don't know where you learned it from, if you can tell us that, but why did you start this movement with Be the Change, and what made you be so vocal or so outgoing with the communities that when you were around here?
Yeah, man, I came up, not really come up with the slogan, but, came up with the idea for Be the Change and merchandise when, there was a lot of things going on in the States and, really just worldwide with, racism and things like that. And I've always been a guy where, I love everyone. I want everyone to get along, and I just wanted to pass that message off to, people that were, scared to speak up for themselves, or, you know, don't feel like they have a voice, that, anyone could, I guess, be the change in their situation. You can be the change in your workplace. You can be the change in your locker room. Just make everything better. You can make everything better by doing small things, big things, however, whatever you do, your 2 cents can make the situation better. And I just wanted to, try to spread that out throughout anyone who would want to listen, because, it's a lot of people out there that don't listen, and there's a lot of people out there that want to listen. And I've been asked a lot, like, what can I do? I want to help, but what can I do? And my answer was always just be the change. Be the change that you think needs to happen. Like, whatever you think needs to happen, express your opinions, express your voice, and, you just be the change that people really need, because this world needed a lot of change at that point. So I just kind of wanted to, get out of my comfort zone and try to start something.
Yeah, that's awesome. Chuck, I know that you're always doing things with the community. How does it feel back there? What were you doing right before this, Chuck?
I was at a football camp, being the change, baby, trying to give back to the youth. So I'm always big on giving back to the youth, man, and trying to do what I can to make a difference in the community and bring positive light to people, man. I know I try to be the change and try to make a difference every time I step on the field, especially because I think the reason I even got, when I said when I was going to play professional football, I know I wasn't blessed with a lot of opportunities to try to play football, and people didn't really do me a lot of favors to make it to professional football. So I felt like, you know what, the minute I make it there, I'm going to do everything in my power to give back to others and make sure I, you know, not hold myself to a high pedestal, but making sure I keep myself level-headed, making sure I always, give back to the people who need it the most and need the most help. So
Yeah.
it's just one of those things where I just try to do my best to be a common human, a great human.
Yeah. Chuck, the great human. Good for you, Chuck and Chad. Who's better on Twitter, Chad, Jordan Reeves, or Charleston Hughes?
I suck on Twitter nowadays.
Chad.
Charleston get on Twitter. Charleston used to get on Twitter to argue with his fans. That used to be funny. I wish he still did it.
Who did you see out there? Who did you see? Well, you could say the same thing about Jordan Reeves. I mean, anybody says anything.
Yeah, I was about to say Reeves too.
Anything that anybody that says anything bad about his brother Ryan, the first person I'm looking for is Jordan Reeves, because he's calling him out and he's doing that, and he's kind of like Chuck. Chuck will do the research on the people, on whoever's calling him out. Chuck will go to like Wikipedia, find this guy's name, where he works, what is other social media.
I hire a whole private investigator to go find out some information so I can go drill a fan out. Because I ain't scared of you motherfuckers.
That's the thing I really never understood. I never understood why fans thought they could just come on Twitter or whatever and say whatever they want and just think we're not going to see it. Like, we see everything that they say, and they just think they can just say whatever. And then if they saw us in person, you know what they would do? Not say anything.
Wow.
They wouldn't say anything to us.
Did you see a lot of that, Chad?
I used to see it. So whenever I left, whenever I was cut from Saskatchewan, and midway through the season, wherever they brought me back, I saw a lot of trash talk about me. It was so funny. I saw on Twitter, and I saw like somebody sent me like a message board or something, and they was like, "Oh, why did we bring him back? I thought we washed our hands with him. He did nothing for us while he was here." I was like, "Oh my God." Yeah, so I saw stuff like that, but you can't let shit like that get to you. Who cares what they say?
Well,
Like stuff like that's funny to me.
That's the funny thing, is how social media is now so intertwined with athletes. Like, before you'd never see an athlete call out the fans. Now you got guys like Brandon Banks. He is not afraid to go on there and challenge any fan at any time. Chuck is the same way. Jordan Reeves, you see on and on and on, the guys are doing that. But Chad, when you were here in the CFL, can you think of any of the players that really impressed you, that you think about was like, man, that guy's an athlete, that guy's a stud?
One player that I really, man, Chuck, You already know. You already know how I feel about you. But since we're talking about linebacker, since I wanted to play linebacker, you thought I should play linebacker. Two people that I used to love to watch, it was Alex Singleton and Big Hill. I was like, man, they are always around the ball, and that's how I wanted to play linebacker so bad in the CFL. I was like, yo, if I ever get the chance, I
Yeah.
want to play like Alex Singleton and Adam Big Hill, just to be around the ball, be in the middle, be right behind the D line, be in the middle, just roaming around, finding the ball, hitting the ball, pass deflections, causing fumbles. I used to love watching them, like when they were out there on defense and we would play against them. I used to sit there and watch them the whole time.
Yeah. Those are two good guys to be able
And Solly too. I used to like to
yeah.
watch Solly too, playing linebacker.
Yeah. Well, I mean, those guys are awesome
I
athletes.
just talked to Singleton too right before he went into that playoff game against Tom Brady, and I was like, you think y'all gonna beat him? And he was like, hell yeah, man. I was like, what kind of tendencies do Tom Brady have? He know that I'm heavy on watching film and studying guys and getting the upper hand when it comes to the film room. And I asked him, and I was like, so you got any keys? You got any pointers? You got any tendencies? He was like, man, Tom Brady and them got a whole bunch of tendencies. He was like, but the thing is they're so simple and they do stuff so good that it's hard to beat them. He was like, if they're going to run a slant, they're going to run a slant. And he's still going to throw it, and you still going to complete it. But they're running the slant.
Wow. You saw the way they
It's hard to beat TB12, dog.
Yeah. Do you have any NFL teams you cheer for, Chad?
Cowboys.
Oh, you admit that after yesterday. Holy. Wow.
Yeah,
You saw his face?
Yeah,
you saw his face? It hurt him? It hurt him?
Hurt me. Hurt. Couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
Couldn't believe it. They do it to me every year, man.
You're not the only Cowboy fan saying that this morning, that's for sure. Chuck, who do you think's going to win this year?
I was put something on it, throw some money out there. Definitely probably going to throw my money to the Chiefs, man. I think the Chiefs going to make a nice little playoff run and run through everybody.
Chad, who are you calling out now that the Cowboys are out? Who's your teams that you think they're going to be in it?
I tweeted out yesterday. I said, GG, see y'all next year. I'm cheering for TB12. I never bet against TB12. I lose all my money in my bank account betting with TB12. It's just hard to go against that, man.
I'm with you on that. I think Tampa Bay and Tennessee is going to go to the Super Bowl. I think Tennessee's going to upset the Chiefs with Derrick Henry back. So those are my picks. Chad, I wanted to say I saw you on Twitter and you went down to some college games before you got into basic training. Tell me which games you went to and how fun was that college atmosphere?
Oh yeah, man, that was my first time being able to go to a college game and actually watch it. So I went to my good friend, his cousin is married to Tennessee's head coach. So he got us 2 tickets to the Tennessee and Ole Miss game. So I got to go down on the field for, the pregame. I had a sideline pass for pregame warm-ups and all of that. And actually I had to go to the tailgates and all that before, man. It was a great time. It was a great time down there, Rocky Top. Everybody need to go down there and experience that. And that was also the game
I ain't never been to no game
where they started
like
throwing
before.
stuff at Lane Kiffin. You need to go.
That's right. That was
so I was at that game. I was at the Ole Miss game where they were throwing stuff at Lane Kiffin. That was crazy.
How was that? I mean, how was that compared to for people that don't get a chance to go to watch a college game? Chuck, you've never been to a major Div 1 college game, eh? I mean, how is that different than the CFL or, tell me a little bit about it. I've been to a few games, I know why, but tell me about the tailgating and then just that atmosphere when you get in there.
Oh, so the atmosphere for people in Canada or whatever, you haven't had a chance to go to any big college games down here, the best way I can explain it to you for the game experience is a Rider game. It'll be a Rider game against Winnipeg in the playoffs. That's how college football is in the SEC every Saturday.
Every Saturday. That's awesome.
Every Saturday, like that Tennessee game, yes. Actually, it was a fight right beside me because 2 people were drunk in the game, at the Tennessee game. A guy turned around and just slapped the shit out of this dude. I was like, oh my God, what is going on in here?
That's awesome. That is just
But
like
yes,
that is just like a Rider Winnipeg game. Then it is. You got people.
yes, I'm telling you, if you go to a Rider Winnipeg game, that is what college football is like down here in the States, in the big schools.
That's a good analogy. That's awesome.
That's
Well,
too funny. So you probably missed our game when we had that scuffle in Toronto.
Yep,
Did you see that?
I missed everything in the CFL this year, pretty much. No, I didn't see it.
you didn't see
Yeah,
the
we
I didn't see
our
it.
playoff game. We had a fight against Hamilton fans.
For real?
the players fought the fans after. Edwards was fighting the fans.
What?
Yes. Yeah.
Yes, bro.
Google it afterwards.
I missed all of that. Oh yeah, I'm gonna have to see that. I'm gonna have to Google that. I'm gonna have to
I don't
Google
know what
that.
the fans was thinking, but I don't know what the fans was thinking when they did that. I think what it is because in that little area where we come through to go back into the locker room, it's a hazard because the fans got direct contact with the players as they're leaving the field
Yeah.
and going back into the locker room. So it was a lot of stuff that happened with the fans and throwing beer and spitting beer on players as they were walking back into the locker room. So I mean, it got crazy, but sheesh.
That's what got John Murphy fired, was that he was swinging at a fan too. Your VP of player personnel, John Murphy, is swinging at a fan, dude. And so there's video of this,
Hold on,
dude.
Murph got fired for swinging at somebody?
Yeah.
I don't think he was swinging. He was just defending the players and holding them back. But it was just an altercation.
Yeah.
Murph got into an altercation with somebody too. But
Watch the
I
video.
don't think it wasn't nothing to get fired over. It wasn't nothing crazy like that. But
You watch a video,
it is
Chuck.
what it is.
He swung at that Hamilton dude. There's good video of it.
Oh man,
It was a girly
I don't
swing.
want to see it.
It wasn't a decent swing, but it was a girly swing. But he still swung at the tight cap.
Chill out, man.
Man, that is crazy.
Yeah. So, Chuck, anything else you wanted to talk to Chad about?
Nah, man. You know, Chad got that mustache. Look like he ready. He ready. Where you at right now? What's in the background? The weather look good. The sun out. You got a little
It's a
Air
little
Force
chilly.
glow to you.
This is the dorms, man. This is where the dorms was where all the firefighter academy dudes stay at. So this is where I'm at.
And so that was your position. You're going to be a firefighter in the Air Force.
Yep, yeah, firefighter in the Air Force.
Wow, that's awesome. That is awesome. Well,
Chuck's phone died.
I know. I was just going to say, look at that grin that he's on. I guess on that note, yeah, he dropped out, so his phone is officially dead. We knew that was coming. That's why we were going to end the show. But I'll wrap it up for Chuck, saying, Chad, thanks for coming on. We wanted to get you on because I think your decisions and what you did from going from football to the Air Force is very admirable, and it's awesome. Good luck with everything. We miss you here in Saskatchewan, having beers with you, chatting with all the guys. I'm sure you miss Canada. If you get a chance ever to come up, let's meet up at the Grey Cup or for a Rider game. I know you're going to be well received here when you come back. And good luck with everything in the Air Force. And you know Chuck.
Oh yeah, for sure, man.
You know Chuck's going to be yipping you on Twitter all the time, and so we look forward to that. You know, we'll see what he says after this. But thanks for everything and good luck.
Oh yeah, appreciate you having me on, and I appreciate you still wearing the shirt, man. I still appreciate the support because it's still a big message that everybody needs to get, man. And yeah, man, I'm a definitely come back up for another Rider game. I want to make the Rider Winnipeg game, the Labor Day game. I want to make that game one day.
Nice.
I want to be able to watch that from the stands and drink some beers watching it. So whenever I come up there, we can definitely go to that game.
Just let us know you got a place to crash if you want to stay with us. We got beers will be on us. Just get here and then do that. All the best to you, Chad. Good luck with everything.
Yes, sir. Thank you. You too.
Okay, take care.